Hello. The purpose of this video is to provide information about the 7th grade math placement process for the 2023-24 school year. For the 2023-24 school year, incoming 7th grade students and their families will continue to have the option of choosing their 7th grade math course. In order to consider the Accelerated Common Core 2, Common Core 3 course, students must meet eligibility requirements on district-provided 6th grade iReady diagnostic exams in mathematics, which were administered during the fall of 2022 and again in the winter of 2023. This recording is provided to help families understand the difference between various math courses in middle school and the placement process to be used to place students in a 7th grade math course for the 2023-24 school year. This recording also addresses the following elements so that students and their parents can make an informed placement choice. First, we will look at the expectations of students in the accelerated math course. Second, we will consider criteria and an assessment resource which will help families make an informed decision. And third, we will review the secondary math pathway options so that we can see which course pathway might best suit your student. Let's start with the options and expectations for 7th grade math. It's important to consider what the Common Core state standards ask of students. Before the year 2014, previous math standards placed a greater emphasis on procedural fluency in mathematics. Fluency in mathematics is the ability to apply procedures accurately, efficiently, and flexibly. A reliance on procedural fluency and memorization of algorithms has allowed many students to be successful without necessarily fostering a deep understanding of math concepts. However, the Common Core math standards require more than just memorization and procedural fluency. The Common Core math standards require students to demonstrate conceptual understanding of math standards, which means that students understand the meaning of procedures and operations and are able to apply concepts to novel situations. Students must be able to demonstrate procedural fluency and apply their understanding to new and unfamiliar math problems. Many students thrive when demonstrating fluency in mathematics, but struggle to apply those procedures to real-life situations and problems. For example, one that is very common is that students begin 2nd grade with their multiplication tables already memorized, but they don't really understand what multiplication actually means or how to interpret answers. In 6th grade, an example may be when students know how to solve ratio problems, but they do not understand what a ratio and answer actually means, or whether it is a reasonable response to a question. So when considering the placement choice for your student, please keep in mind your student's strength in mathematics. Do they thrive in both procedural fluency and in conceptual understanding? Because to be successful in either the grade level or accelerated math course, students must be able to show procedural fluency and conceptual understanding. You may have noticed this year that your student found 6th grade math to be a bit more challenging than previous years. 6th grade marks the change from concrete math concepts to more abstract concepts, and this trend continues in 7th grade. Nearly all math concepts in 7th grade are abstract and are more cognitively demanding for students. The grade level math pathway in middle school consists of 7th grade Common Core 2 or CC2 and 8th grade Common Core or CC3. Students in 7th grade CC2 move through the math standards at a moderate pace and build a strong foundation for success in high school math, especially 9th grade Algebra 1. As shown here, students in the grade level pathway will cover one set of grade level math standards per year by covering the concepts in one textbook per year. In contrast, accelerated math is a compaction of courses, so that students learn 3 years of math standards in 2 years of school. The accelerated math pathway is not the same as previous honors math courses. In an honors course, sometimes new concepts are skimmed over in an effort to move through content fast. There's no skipping of math standards in accelerated math, and students must learn math concepts deeply in a logical progression. In the 7th grade accelerated math class, students will learn all of the math standards from 7th grade and half of the 8th grade math standards. And in 8th grade, they will learn the remaining 8th grade math standards and all of the 9th grade Algebra 1 standards. Accelerated math students will go through 3 years of math and 3 textbooks in 2 years of school. Both the grade level and accelerated math classes require students to demonstrate fluency and conceptual understanding, but accelerated students are required to do this at a very fast rate. This is another important point to consider about your student. In order to keep up with a very fast accelerated path, students must be able to learn new math concepts quickly with relatively little reteaching. Please take these points into consideration as you are making your choice. All 6th grade students are currently in Common Core 1 or CC1. The good news is that there are only 2 choices for your student in 7th grade, the grade level math class CC2 or the accelerated compacted CC2 CC3 class. As shown here, students will complete one of 2 paths in middle school. If they start out in the grade level path in 7th grade, they will remain there in 8th grade. The same is true for accelerated students who start accelerated math in 7th grade and will continue in the accelerated math pathway in 8th grade as long as they are successful. The following information is being provided to help guide parents, guardians, and students make an informed placement choice. As partners in your students' education, we believe we share the same goal, that students are accurately placed in their math class so that they are challenged but not overly stressed. Students should be learning new concepts but should not be requiring outside tutoring or significant outside assistance. Our hope is that students enjoy learning math in middle school. You and your student may already have a sense of where they will thrive and be most successful. But to help make an informed choice, let's review both eligibility requirements and the characteristics that tend to indicate a student is ready for the demands of accelerated math. In order to be considered for choosing the accelerated CC2 CC3 course, students must have scored at the 6th grade level on an iReady diagnostic exam. A minimum scale score of 495 or greater that was received on the fall 2022 test administration, or a scale score of 514 or higher on the winter 2023 test administration. A For Families report was electronically sent to families through Bright Arrow messaging following each diagnostic window. If you have any questions about your child's iReady scores, please contact your child's 6th grade teacher. Meeting this requirement does not automatically place a student into the accelerated pathway, and there are a number of reasons why some families appropriately do not pursue the accelerated pathway even when their child has eligible scores. Students who are successful in accelerated math typically score at least 80% on all their math assessments, especially in 6th grade. They usually score a 4 on the state SBAC test in grades 4, 5, and 6. Your child's 5th grade SBAC scores are available to you through the Illuminate Parent Portal. State SBAC testing was not conducted during the 2020-21 school year due to the impact of COVID-19, and scores for your child's 4th grade year are not available as a result. Students who thrive in an accelerated math course usually enjoy math. They can quickly learn new concepts and they can apply their understanding to new problems. They do not rely on memorization, but understand math at a deep conceptual level. And finally, they can manage the demands of accelerated math independently and need little outside assistance. They are organized enough to keep up with the daily homework demands without becoming overly stressed. If these characteristics sound like your student, then accelerated math might be the right choice. In order to provide yet another tool to help students and families make a good choice, we are providing an optional at-home sample placement test. We strongly recommend that students who are considering accelerated math take this sample test without any assistance. They should not use a calculator, should not consult notes, the textbook, or a family member for help. Generally, students who are successful in accelerated math score 80, 90, or even 100% on this test. If your child scores 12 out of 20 or 60% or below, we do not recommend that they choose the accelerated math pathway. This test and answer key are linked within the placement process letter that was sent to you electronically through Bright Arrow in December of 2022, and again recently with your child's iReady Winter Diagnostic for Families report. It is important to consider all of these factors, including your students' math assessment scores, their maturity, and their interest in math when choosing their 7th grade math class. But please keep this decision in perspective. Whether students choose accelerated or not, they will still be able to get into a good university. Middle school is not the only opportunity for students to move into an accelerated pathway. Let's take a look at the secondary math pathways. The first opportunity for students to move into accelerated math is in 7th grade. It's important to note that in order for a student to continue in the accelerated pathway, they must earn a B- or better in all semesters of math. Students who do not earn a B- or better may be moved out of the accelerated pathway. They may be moved mid-year if space is available, or they may be moved to the grade level course at the beginning of the following school year. In either case, students cannot continue in the accelerated pathway if they have not maintained a grade of B- or better for all semesters. Moving out of the accelerated pathway can be a stressful process for middle school students. This is why your student should be involved in the original placement choice, and this grade level requirement should be considered. It is also important not to put too much stress or emphasis on choosing accelerated math in 7th grade. Students who remain in the grade level math sequence throughout their secondary education are still University of California or UC qualified, and here in Fremont they get into excellent universities. Even for students who are interested in STEM programs, the accelerated math pathway is not required. As this slide shows, students in the grade level pathway will start 9th grade in Algebra 1, in 10th grade they will take geometry, and in 11th grade they will take either Algebra 2 or Algebra 2 trigonometry. For students who want to major in a STEM program in college, they should take pre-calculus in 12th grade and at the same time potentially take advanced placement statistics as an elective. This sequence qualifies students for UCs and other four-year universities, as well as STEM programs. 7th grade is not the only point where students can move into the accelerated pathway. The secondary math pathways provide a variety of routes to meet a variety of student needs. Students who start 9th grade in Algebra 1 have the opportunity to move to accelerated in 10th grade, provided they demonstrate mastery of Algebra 1 standards on their assessments and in their course grades. Students must demonstrate mastery of standards to move from the grade level pathway into the accelerated pathway in 10th grade, as this second opportunity to enter into accelerated math is a compaction of geometry, Algebra 2 trigonometry, and pre-calculus. Students who are in accelerated math in middle school can even further accelerate in the math pathway in 9th grade if they earn a B- or better for all semesters, or they can choose to move out of the accelerated pathway and take geometry in 9th grade. Again, it's important to remember that students do not have to take accelerated math in order to ensure acceptance into prestigious universities. For students who excel at and enjoy math, accelerated math offers them a path towards AP Calculus. Most importantly, we strive for students to take math classes that match their interests, abilities, and overall workload. As you make this decision, please consider your student as an individual, their interests, their current workload, their work habits, and their skill level. If students have not developed a deep passion for math, then there's no rush to take AP Calculus in high school. This too should be considered in your placement choice. Thank you, and if you have any additional questions, please check with your child's 6th grade teacher or consult the Fremont Unified School District's math website at www.fremont.k12.ca.us/math. Questions may also be sent to Fremont Unified's Math and Science Program Manager, Dr. Marcia Russell, at MRUSSELL@FUSDK12.net.